Hello, my name is Sally Gimmon, and I am the owner of the TrustIsYou.com and a podcast called Stop Paying Capital Gains. The Spendthrift Trust does so much more than just capital gains. So I want to explain how I got involved, give the history of the Spendthrift Trust, and explain what it's going to save. So, true story. Back in October of 2018, my parents drove from Phoenix to Charlotte for my oldest nephew's wedding. Along the way, my mom got sick. She got septic to the blood, and she was on a ventilator 13 months and in the hospital for 15 months. I was going to my parents' house 3 days a week to go through their mail, and in December, there was a letter that was 27 pages thick. It was her Medicare statement. When I opened it up, it was $172,000 for 1 month in the hospital. Talk about shocking. Now, my father was a retired military officer, so they had TRICARE for life. She got the best care possible. I'm standing in their kitchen, and I have student loan debt. I have credit card debt. I have 2 car payments. My brand new car that was 3 weeks old, I went through on a green light. Someone T-boned me. Didn't have insurance, so I had 2 car payments, and I was working a horrible, horrible job. So right there in my parents' kitchen, I called my friend Glenn, who was a real estate investor, and he said, "Oh, next Saturday we're having a Christmas party. Why don't you come to the party? We're going to be late because we have to go to one of our children's Christmas pageants." I don't know about y'all, but for me to go to a party by myself, that is a scary proposition. Well, I did. It was the best decision of my life to do that because I got involved with real estate investing and never looked back. I do very well with my real estate investing. So fast forward, my mom came home from the hospital. She was better. But fast forward, July 2020, I took down the deal of the week. It was a bank-owned reverse mortgage. It was a contract. I paid $20,000 for the house in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. And when it went to auction and sold, I would go to auction for $50,000. Yay, Sally! I'm going to make $30,000 doing nothing. Basically paying $20,000 and taking it to auction because the bank wanted to get rid of it. Only caveat, it was in the middle of COVID. I had to wait 13 months. It didn't go to auction until August 28th, 2021, and it went for a higher price. It went for over $64,000. Well, during those 13 months, I got curious. I knew because I'm a real estate investor, I would have to pay capital gains on that $30,000. That $30,000 at 23.8%, that's short-term capital gains. So if you're wholesaling, you're fix and flipping, or if you're doing auction houses like I was, you're going to have to pay 23.8%. 23.8% on $30,000 is $7,100. I didn't want to pay it. So in my national real estate group, there is a gentleman named Garrett Gunderson. He wrote a book called What the Rockefellers Do. I scoured the book. I started calling people, Googling people. My background was competitive intelligence, so I know how to do this. I found a law firm in Texas. It's a private law firm that has the patent on this trust and became their client. And then I became an agent of theirs and started teaching in my real estate group in Phoenix. So how I got the house from my LLC to the trust was very easily done. I did 2 bill of sales, simple bill of sales, saying on September 20th, for $1, I'm selling from my LLC to myself, Sally Gimmon, Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Second bill of sale from Sally Gimmon to the trust. I'm selling Rocky Mount, North Carolina for $1. Got him drove to the bank, got him notarized. I went home, scanned the two bill of sales, sent him to the attorney in Raleigh, North Carolina. I am living in Phoenix. Next day, the attorney contacts me and says, "I need the first page of your trust." Scan that, send it to him. So, but when it went to auction, it was in the trust. I didn't have to do anything. Now, I know you're asking, tell us more about this trust. Now, first off, 97% of the trusts in the United States are what's called a family trust. All the CPAs and attorneys sell this trust for about $1,000 to avoid going through probate when someone dies. If you do have a will, you go through the court system. If you don't have a will or intestate, you still have to go through the court systems. Now, my parents had this family trust. Susie Orman talks about this on TV. So people do have this family trust, but that's it. After someone dies, they deal with the estate and then it dissolves. This is not your mom and dad's trust. This trust is legal. patent it in the IRS Tax Code 643B, like Bravo. It comes from England way back when King Henry VIII got in trouble for chopping off his wives' heads. Different states in Europe were not happy with him. He started the Church of England. He went to go tax the lords and ladies of England, and they went even further back to the Magna Carta. I'm not giving you dates because I'm dyslexic. I transpose numbers. You can Google the Magna Carta, and you can Google King Henry VIII. So this it's contract law from England, and it came over to the United States when we were still a colony of the United States. It is on the federal level. The law firm I work with for the Spendthrift Trust inherited a trust that is going to be turning 350 years old in 2023 before we were the United States. It's legal, it's patented in the IRS Tax Code. It's gone in front of the U.S. Supreme Court twice. Both times the Supreme Court has honored in favor of the Spendthrift Trust. You can't get more legal than this trust. I know people say I've never heard of it. It's what the ultra-wealthy use. The Rockefellers have this trust, U.S. presidents have this trust, and some very rich people have this trust. I want to teach it to as many regular people like myself and you, to teach you as many people to save federal taxes. Now, the trust is going to save you in 3 different ways. Federal taxes. Everybody wants to save in taxes. Number 2, it's going to keep your information completely private. Your LLC, your S Corp, and your C Corp do not do that. And then number 3, it's going to keep you from paying any judgments if you get sued. I can't stop you from being sued, but if you, the whole adage from Nelson Rockefeller, you own nothing but control everything. If you just drive down the Las Vegas Strip, 80% of those billboards on Las Vegas Strip all talks about suing people. In the United States, we're a litigious society, and it's a little bit scary. So with the Spendthrift Trust, it's going to help 1099 income earners and investors save money. I do split the trust in 2. There's the business trust for 1099 income earners, and then there's the beneficial trust for investors. The business trust is going to save you at least 70% on your federal taxes year after year after year after year. So 1099 income workers, I don't care if you're an IT contractor, if you're a real estate agent, if you are a salesperson being paid in 1099 income. I run 3 affiliate marketing companies in my business trust. Sally Soul Silver, if you want to buy silver coins, Sally Soul Silver. All the money I make doing my affiliate marketing goes through my business trust. Now, if you do have a side hustle, let's say you have a W-2 and a side hustle, your W-2 income cannot be run through the trust, but anything from the side hustle goes through the business trust. It can save you in taxes. Now, the beneficial trust, sorry, I'm getting confused. The beneficial trust is for investors. You could be a passive investor. You could be a real estate investor. You could be a crypto investor, a crypto miner. You could be a stock market doing options trading, a day trader, forex investing. You can do almost anything. Have mineral rights, royalties. They all go through this. So just to give you a quick rundown, capital gains are on any profit. This comes from the IRS. If on Monday nights when I do my presentation, I have the actual quote, but they say almost everything you do for fun, pleasure, and work is a capital asset, and you'll pay capital gains. So if you make a profit on anything, short term 23.8%, long term is either 20% or either 15% or 20%. There's a reason I work with business brokers. When someone sells their business, maybe it's an Amazon store, maybe it's a car wash, maybe it's a nail salon. When someone sells their business, they're going to pay the federal government either 15% or 20% of the sale price when they minus out what they paid for it. No depreciation gets taken off of it. If you got loans on it, it doesn't get taken off of it. The federal government just takes their money because we're broke. The federal government's broke. Interest income. If you're a passive investor, if you're in a REIT, if you're doing, I do notes where I'm the mortgage on a house. If you're doing the BRRRR strategy, forex investors. If you are a forex investor, you get charged twice. Interest income and capital gains. That's a little bit scary. You get taxed twice on those. So again, with the trust, you're going to defer into perpetuity interest income. Dividend income. If you own the stocks, or if you're doing options trading, or if you're doing day trading, you're going to save dividend income. Rental income. I don't care if it's short-term rental, if you got the Airbnb, Verbo, traveling nurses, or if it's long-term rental. Maybe you have a few doors, maybe you're in multifamily. Yes, you can take depreciation, but the trust saves you in liability. What if the person who's renting your place has a dog, gets loose, and bites a kid? You own nothing, so they can't sue you. You will pay for the child's injuries, but you won't pay a judgment of $100,000 or $300,000 or anything else. So this is why, even if you have rental income and you're depreciating everything, you need to know about this trust. And then royalties. I don't care if you're a songwriter, an author, an artist, if you're an actor or an actress, if you have mineral rights on your land. One of my clients has 6 oil wells on the land he inherited from his grandfather. All the money he makes off those oil wells goes through the beneficial Spendthrift Trust. If you're in the NFT world, NFT crypto, NFT real estate, or NFT artwork, that's a royalty. This trust can save you thousands of dollars every single year. One of my clients, who's an NFT artist, she found out about the meta world and she's saving over 6 figures in 2023. We just know this because they're at 24%. So the reason I'm not giving you the information on interest income, dividend income, and rental income, I don't know your tax bracket. There are 7 different layers between 10% to 37% that you'll have to tell me what it is and we'll figure out how much you're selling. Royalties, there's 7 different tax brackets, but it's a little bit less, 10% to 35%. But this will save you taxes, defer these taxes into perpetuity. As long as in the United States, it's going to be here. Also, because you have everything in the trust and it's irrevocable, it goes from generation to generation. You're not going to be paying any generational taxes. Again, the book I read all talked about the Rockefellers. The Rockefellers Trust is called The Office. They have, it's 7 generations old, and they have almost 400 people under the one trust. This can save families thousands of dollars. I got lucky. Well, no, I didn't get lucky. I did the research. I did the research to find the trust and save money. I moved to North Carolina because I do a very interesting real estate thing here. I do upset bids. Basically, I'm wholesaling the houses to somebody else because I am not a landlord and I'm not going to fix and flip. My grandfather gave up on me. I can't hammer a nail straight. So I'm not a fix and flipper. I have notes where I have the mortgage on the house. I have a crypto bot. I stake crypto. I have options trading. All of the taxes I make on this are deferred year after year. I just helped a gentleman sell his business, 49 shares in a marketing company. He got to save $100,000 in capital gains to the federal government. Do you think he's a happy human being? And his business broker also got, because I also have an affiliate link, the business broker referred him to me, and the business broker made $600. If I can help you or have a conversation, I just did a brand new website. I have to tell you about my website. On the website, I have 18-minute, I go over my slide deck live or record it. So go over things so you can understand this. If this trust is for you, I tell people if you're making at least $50,000 a year in investments, if you're making at least $70,000 in 1099 income, we should talk. Again, the website is The Trust Is You. Watch the information, find out that it's good for you. Then you'll register for an appointment with me. I don't want so you can find out more information. And my podcast is Stop Paying Capital Gains Now. I called it that because I'm a wholesaler. There's so much more this trust can do for you. Thank you for listening to this. Have a beautiful weekend. I hope I can help you save more federal taxes. Take care. Bye-bye.